Although it's all rather brief, Tales of the Jedi has given us our best exploration into the fall of Dooku, but it raises some interesting questions about his timeline. Specifically, when did he leave the Jedi Order? I know there were some worries that these stories would retcon books and comics, and I'll be addressing the Dooku side of things today. The audio drama Dooku Jedi Lost by Cavan Scott and the book Padawan by Kiersten White have established that Dooku had left the Jedi Order well before the events of the Phantom Menace, but in the final Dooku short, we see him wandering the halls of the Jedi Temple at will, waltzing into the Jedi archives to delete Kamino from the records. So how could this be? Is this a retcon? I don't think so. I do think anyone only watching the shorts is free to believe Dooku remained in the Jedi Order until the death of Qui-Gon Jinn and the subsequent murder of Yaddle. I think they even present the story that way. Every Jedi in the temple treats Dooku as if he is still one of them, so I definitely understand people thinking they're changing the timeline. But nobody ever specifically says he is still a member of the Order. On the flip side, nobody brings up the fact that he may have left. Both possibilities coexist as far as I'm concerned. If you read Padawan and you know Dooku left the Order, then you know he's not a Jedi anymore in this last short. If you hadn't read any of the books or comics, it changes nothing about the story to think he is still a Jedi. Those books and comics made it clear that when Dooku left, the Jedi Order still had a high opinion of him. He was allowed to keep his lightsaber, he made frequent visits to the Jedi Temple, and he was able to walk its halls as he saw fit. Dooku visiting is actually a pretty significant plot point from the Padawan novel, so in my opinion, taking all the sources into account, Dooku left the Jedi Order about 10 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. We don't know exactly when, but he was eventually approached by Darth Sidious, and they began working together to murder Sifo Dyas, take control of the clone army, and remove the evidence from the Jedi archives. It seems that Dooku knew of Maul, but I don't know if the opposite was true. I doubt it. The death of Qui-Gon seemed to be the final straw for Dooku. Even though he knew it was at the hands of Maul and therefore Sidious, he still blamed the Jedi Council for refusing to take his Padawan's warning seriously, and by then, he already felt that his crimes were too great to return to the Jedi anyway. But that's all I have for today. Let me know if that makes sense to you in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.